Hello and welcome to Spitting the Truth, the best damn sports talk show channel on YouTube. I'm Andy, and I hope to entertain you with my viewpoints on sports and anything to do with esports, sports, NHL, whatever. So I have a wide taste in sports. I like anything from hockey, football, NASCAR, esports, like I just said. I dabble in baseball, basketball, things like that. I feel like I should talk about any sport at least with some sort of knowledge that will not make me look stupid. Some people may disagree. I, uh, I intend on making this as fun as I can, and I hope to upload often because I have decent enough internet to do that. I think that my ideas can be articulated well enough for a viewer to understand and feel that they came away with something that they may have learned each episode or things like that. So I hope you enjoy. So I'm going to quickly go over the things that I want to discuss in this video to kind of introduce this plan, Spitting the Truth. So first things first, the past. The past few shows I've done, they've been semi-successful. I think the Golden Sports Report was fun. It was a great time. It was a great experience with my buddies Dylan, Chris, Sean, and various other people that, dabbled in there, came in and out and things like that. We had a lot of fun doing it. It was a great idea a couple years ago, and 90 episodes is a long time. Not a lot of people can say they went, a year and a half doing an episode. I mean, a podcast. So that's a thing. Last year, or almost a year ago, Dylan and I did a little podcast debate thing where we talked for like 10 minutes, hoping that the YouTube algorithm would work for us, which it didn't. So the algorithm says over 10 minutes. So every video is going to be over 10 minutes long, I hope. So this is something totally different. This is something that I haven't tried before. Let's hope for the best. There'll be a weekly podcast on the weekends. We're going to have a good time with that. I hope to have Dylan on at least once a week, because I talked to Dylan about this, and Dylan's interested, so Dylan and I will be talking. Who knows how long it'll be? We have sports talk conversations that go on forever, so this could, you all of a sudden get a half hour worth of content up. And it's a nice conversation. It's intelligent, and it makes sense. There's some arguments, I know, but that's what makes it a good conversation. So next, we're going to cover things like fights, hits, cheap shots, things that are important in sports. The fights and hits, particularly in hockey, because it is hockey season. It's prime time right now. And every night I'm watching hockey and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, look at that fight. I wish, you know what, I'm going to talk about it. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about what happened in that fight. I want to talk about why it happened and things like that. I think fighting should stay in hockey. A lot of people disagree with me, but I think fighting is necessary. Cheap shots. Great example, Ryan White. And this ties into what I just said. And this is probably better suited for another episode, but I'll just quickly go over it. Ryan White cheap shotted Thomas Durko. He sideswiped him, took his head off, a la Chris Drury thing that happened probably 10 years ago now, close to it. And you look at that and think to yourself, well, geez, somebody should fight him, but it's Detroit, and Detroit doesn't fight. They rarely fight. Brendan Smith fights once in a while. Abdul Kader fought Georges this year, but let's be real, they don't fight. So nothing was done, and Ryan White, may or may not get suspended. I don't think he even did. So what kind of good was done? Nothing. And I know fighting's not necessarily good, but at the same time, somebody's got to pop that guy in the face, because you can't just let him go do that and get away with it. So that's something that I really, really am adamant about. I think hockey, there's a place for fighting in hockey, not necessarily a guy that only fights, and I understand people take that hyperbole crap and try and be hyperbolic about this situation, but the truth of the matter is, I think a player should be willing to fight if they're going to play hockey at a professional level. So that's that. Cheap shots of the night, I will cover things like Ryan White's hit and say, this is good, this is bad, things like that. So lastly, the last thing I want to cover, kind of in the beginning of how I'm going to do this show, I plan on doing some NASCAR stuff. I know not a lot of people like NASCAR, but I feel like not a lot of people talk about NASCAR on YouTube the way I want to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about NASCAR too. And in the beginning, at least, I'm going to talk a lot about it, maybe cover some races and things like that, like not go, but, watch them. So that's going to happen. I'm going to have a predictions episode regarding NASCAR. I'm going to probably do that alone because I don't expect anybody to do it with me. And I'll go over all the major teams and all the minor league moves and things like that. So that'll be a fun episode. I'll enjoy it. Not necessarily you guys. I won't get any views on it, but I want to get into esports talk. I've just started watching it this season. I know that makes me look like a noob and somebody that really shouldn't be trying to talk about it, but I've got a couple, you know, games under my belt, and I feel like I kind of have a decent understanding of the game. I don't really have the team comp stuff down, and why people do this and why people do that. But at the same time, I'm learning, and I watched that Perfect Game by Immortals over Impulse. That was pretty darn cool because, to be quite honest, how often do you see Perfect Game? It was the second time in NALCS history, so it was cool. 17-0, like destruction. To close this episode and introductory episode out, I'd like to thank you if you got this far, because really, I'm taking a shot in the dark here, hoping that this works. The last two have been, fun, so I want to have fun. So there's a goal here. I want to have fun. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have fun doing it. Like and comment below if you think this is a good idea, and if you have any criticisms or things that you think I should do or add to my repertoire of videos that I intend on doing, comment below. Subscribe if you do that too, because that means I'm going to probably do it because you're looking for it. If you're looking for it, I'm probably going to do it. But if you're not and you're not going to subscribe, then why would I do it if I don't like it? And not necessarily if I don't like the video, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do things that I like, but at the same time, I'm going to want to make it so that the people that are watching enjoy it. And if I can talk about it, I can talk about it. I can talk about anything for 10 minutes. So, anything sports related, post down below. Comment, subscribe, and yeah, so I don't know when the next time I'll upload is. I'm thinking this weekend maybe. I might even upload tomorrow. We got hockey games tonight. If there are fights tonight and I have time tomorrow, I'm going to do my first fights of the night episode and see what came about. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you comment below. I'm going to read all of them. If there's 5, if there's 10, if there's 0. So thank you.